Hey guys, you got Chris and Sean with Talking Through the Medias. We're doing a gaming edition today, and I apologize for the delay. We've been kind of caught up in that web of that thing that's called life, and we've kind of been sidetracked, but we're back on it now, and I do apologize about the delay. We are going to be going over a game that is kind of one of those games that I don't think a whole lot of people played, but in mine and a lot of other people's opinions, this was game of the year. And I don't think Chris is very familiar at all with this game. We're going to go ahead and watch the trailer, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So are you ready, Chris?
I am ready, bro.
All right, let's go for trailer in 3, 2, 1, go.
Is this Ripley?
Ripley's daughter.
Oh, wow.
I'm stranded here on this station. There's only a few of us left now. There's something stalking us. Something that doesn't belong here. It finds us wherever we hide. Adapts to every plan we have. And
So it's like, you say it's like totally psychological.
Yeah, so, all right. All right, so this movie, adjust myself here. This game, it's called Alien Isolation, and it is very much in the same vein as Ridley Scott's Alien. It's not, for those of you who want to run around shooting everything all the time, this is not the game for you. However, if you are patient, you do get to shoot some stuff. And I'm not going to go into too many details and spoilers and stuff, but you do get to pick up some firepower. But you are going to be running literally for your life the entire game. And it's kind of silly because you think, oh, this is a video game, but when you're wearing headsets and you're sitting here immersed in this love, because whoever designed the artwork for this game, they nailed it, man. I mean, it's just like you're in the Nostromo or any of the space. Because me and you have talked about this, Chris, before about Ridley Scott and the teams he gets to do the production for the interior sets.
Right.
Man, it's like you take the 1970s and you think of their version of the future. That's exactly what I mean, all the monitors are old CRT screen, fuzzy VCR-looking quality screens. All the telephones are like handheld telephones with cords and stuff, but everything is like futuristic, but quasi-futuristic. It looks just like the space. Matter of fact, one of the ships you're on was modeled after the Nostromo, which is the ship where the first movie took place, the Nostromo. And so basically the beginning of the game is that they find the black box. Some salvage company finds the black box for the Nostromo. And Ripley has a daughter who obviously was born before they went out into the Nostromo. And it's been like 15 or 20 years since Ripley disappeared with the vessel Nostromo and all of their crew. And somehow they find the black box for this. And one thing leads to another, and they end up trapped on this station, which is orbiting a planet. And a lot of this stuff has already happened before you get to the station. You kind of show up and everything's already kind of gone haywire. But you just have this tight chest dread the entire thing, man. I mean, and they make it even more because they had this little motion detector, which you saw, you guys remember from the sequel to Alien, which was Aliens, when they have that, they're like, 12 meters, man. I'm telling you, there's something moving in here. There ain't us. They got those little weep, weep, weep. And that's all you got to hold up in front of your face to see this little bloop moving closer to you, and you can hear it running around in the air ducts above you and stuff. And if you make any noise, it will come down from the ceiling and get you. I mean, you cannot kill this thing. So you were just constantly like, like creeping around the levels trying to salvage stuff and move your way through the station, knowing that if it catches you, you're screwed. You're just screwed entirely. So this was the scariest game I've ever played, and I played thousands of games before, man. But this one, just something about it, man. And maybe it's just because I'm a huge Alien fan, but I'm telling you, man, you've got to try that. You guys out there, you have got to try this. It's on sale now. You can find, if you're a PC gamer, it's for the next, I believe, 48 hours. It's got a really good sale where you get the whole game and all of the 7 DLC packages, which include also for you Alien real big fans, you get to play as Ripley in, I believe, called The Last Survivor, which is where you're trying to activate the self-destruction on the Nostromo while trying to get out of the airlock into the escape hatch. And also in the beginning of their mission on the Nostromo, it's called like, I forget the name of the DLC, but you can play as different, and they all came back to reprise their character likenesses and voices for those of you who are big fans of the original Alien. Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, all of them. You can see, like they did a really good job of modeling the characters, and you can see it and you can hear it because it is all the original guys. Tom Skerritt is crazy, man.
Oh wow! So let me ask you this: since you said this game is based on Ripley's daughter, I mean,
Right.
I don't know if I can't remember or not if they mentioned that she had a daughter in the movies or not. But do you think now I know this is a gaming edition, but do you think they might Ridley Scott might incorporate this mythology and make this the next Aliens movie that he's working on go into leaving Sigourney Weaver Ripley and going into her family that's also seems to be in space, her daughter?
Well, I tell you this, if they were to take the direct story that you're playing and added a little bit of dramatic flair to it, you could have a sweet movie on your hands. But now it will be very much like Alien 1 because she couldn't kill that thing, and she knew she couldn't kill that thing. She didn't really have any onboard weapons to fight this thing, and it just picking the crew off one by one, and it was her just frantically trying to get out of this place. And that movie still looks good, man. I don't know the last time you saw Alien 1. But that movie still looks phenomenal. Like, even though it's old, it's kind of like that movie Space Odyssey 2001. Even though that movie came out in the 60s, it still looks phenomenal. Same thing with Alien, which it came out in, I believe, 78, 77, or 79, something like that. Ridley Scott, phenomenal job. So it is definitely by far my pick for Game of the Year. And I believe it came out in 2014, but it was definitely my Game of the Year. I recommend, and for you guys, it just got released, I believe, less than a day or two ago on Xbox One. And it also includes the 7 DLC packs, which include, because once you beat the game, you're going to be like, oh, there's no more. But now with the DLC packs, you can explore all these ulterior missions and prequels and all these other things. Especially if you Ripley fanatics, you get to play as Ripley. So.
In her underwear.
Yeah. Something weird about Sigourney Weaver, but she's sexy. I don't know. I always remember that line, "Get away from her, you bitch."
And Aliens, yeah. Well, you convinced me. I'll definitely go check it out.
It came out originally on the PC, the PS3, and the 360. And I believe the hardware was limited to like 720p, maybe 1080p upscaled. The computer, from the start, you could run it all the way up to like 4K if you had a screen for that. But now with I believe it was running at 30 frames per second on the 360 and the PS3, but I believe now the new gen revisit is 60 frames, 1080p.
Okay.
So it's going to run a little faster. It's going to look a little better. They may have even, I'll have to look at the difference between the PC version and the One version, because I know they remastered it. So it might even look a little better on the One than it did on the original release. But it's a damn good looking game. It's the lighting and the shadows and the sparks and I don't know. Overall, for me, 10 out of 10 when it comes to horror movies.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry, horror movie.
Horror games.
Yeah.
Horror movies.
I'd say it's by far my favorite horror game of all time. Second close, the original Resident Evil.
Awesome. Okay, let's wrap that up then. I guess. How do you want to you want to do the outro? Or you want to?
Sure. All I can say is, guys, check it out. If you have a computer, look up on Steam. You'll probably be able to get it cheaper than you will on the Xbox One. But if you have Xbox One, you don't have a hard. Now it is a little beefy requirements for PC to run it at all the thrills. So keep that in mind when you want to buy it. If you have the hardware to run it, get it on the PC above all else. Otherwise, guys, get it on the Xbox One. Check it out, guys. keep playing the games, watching the medias. Click subscribe. If you have a particular game you want me to run through, beat the whole thing, give my opinion on it, I will do that. Same thing with Chris. He loves playing video games too. Keep talking to us, man. Hit us up. Until next time.